This is the power city of the world. They have a fan base that's been here since '74, and they've endured.
You just look at how long it's been and how many good teams there's been and heartbreak and tough losses.
When I see 12,000 people watching television inside Capital One Arena, fans celebrating on F Street, I watch the community come together, and I can't help but tear up about it.
They've been waiting for this moment a long time too, and we're really happy to celebrate this thing together.
The Washington Capitals are the Stanley Cup champions!
It's really hard to describe the feeling. Relief, happiness, the greatest feeling ever.
The drought's over! 43 seasons!
We're gonna remember this whole life. That's why you wanna share this moment with your teammates, with your family, with your fans. That's why you play hockey, because of this moment.
In the fall of 1974, NHL hockey made its debut in the nation's capital. Establishing a fan base in an untested market was the first hurdle for owner Abe Pollin. The second was building a competitive team.
The NHL in 1967 was a 6-team outfit. Less than a decade later, they had expanded to 18 teams. There wasn't much of a player pool to accommodate such rapid expansion. They won 8 games out of 80, the worst expansion team in pro sports history. And it took 8 years for them to make the playoffs.
I'm officially announcing that the Washington Capitals have traded to the Montreal Canadiens Ryan Walter, Rick Green, in exchange for Brian Engblom, Rod Langway, Doug Jarvis, and Craig Laughlin.
I came in with the Save the Caps campaign. At the time, there was probably 5,000 season ticket holders at the most, and this team was in peril of moving.
The Langway trade and ticket drive helped to revitalize the organization. Consecutive first-round draft selections Mike Gartner, Bobby Carpenter, and Scott Stevens sparked the Caps to the first of 14 straight playoff appearances. With an energized fan base and a myriad of star players, each playoff run cemented the franchise's place among the NHL's elite.
He's in alone! A shot and a goal! Drew scores! The Capitals win the series. Shot! Goal! Saved by Colby! He reached back and pulled it away! Loose puck, they score! Joey Juneau scores the goal! And the Capitals are headed to the Stanley Cup final!
I think back to the last time they were in the Stanley Cup final in 1998, when everything magically seemed to appear for them.
Score! Peter Bondra!
The community was so supportive of the team's effort, and then they ran into a buzzsaw named the Detroit Red Wings and took care of the Caps in 4.
The Detroit Red Wings have won the Stanley Cup for the second year in a row!
The loss to Detroit not only ended an incredible playoff run for the Capitals, it signified the end of an era.
Mr. Pollin was one of the best owners I have ever met, but at a time in his life, he decided to sell the franchise. When Mr. Ted Leonsis took over, totally different philosophy, I think.
With Leonsis guiding the front office, fans hoped his success in business would translate to a championship on the ice.
Every day on the internet, you can improve, and that's what I've tried to bring here, a culture and a mentality that says, this is the worst day we'll ever be. We can improve game by game, day by day.
I think what has happened with the ownership group here, from Ted Leonsis on down, is an organization that's committed to winning.
But a culture of winning requires a face for the franchise. Leonsis and the Capitals had a rare opportunity to acquire a generational talent.
With the first selection in 2004 NHL entry draft, the Washington Capitals are pleased to select Alexander Ovechkin.
As soon as Ovechkin was drafted, the fan base here all of a sudden came out of the woodwork because we were seeing right here in our town maybe the greatest goal scorer of his generation.
Alexander Ovechkin, welcome on board.
In 2005 and 6, when he bursts onto the scene as the Rookie of the Year and is flat out electric the way he plays the game.
He scores! Absolutely brilliant! Ovechkin adds to the highlight reel.
And oh, by the way, he's an old school power forward who will run over you just as soon as he'll run around you.
Alexander Ovechkin!
It was fun. I don't know the language, I don't know the culture. All the guys helped me out, and they treat me like a brother, like a boy. It was unbelievable.
He, to me, single-handedly has totally transformed this area. It is now a Capitals town, which I thought when I first arrived in '82 would never happen.
I've seen the community grow up. I've seen the community embrace the Rock the Red Alex Ovechkin era.
I think Alex has transformed the city. He has been the face of this franchise, and in a lot of ways, he's the face of our city. That's not something that DC had ever had before.
Shoots one, scores! Ovechkin!
The Washington Capitals are happy to pick Nicholas Backstrom.
No one knew he was going to draft me. He was going to call my name. Yeah, you almost get a little starstruck.
With Alex Ovechkin, the most decorated player in franchise history, with 7 Richard trophies, 3 Hart trophies, and a Ross trophy established as the cornerstone, Washington began assembling the talented roster that became an NHL powerhouse.
Who scores for the first time in the National Hockey League? Braden Holtby making his first NHL start.
I had a couple of blind saves that I got lucky on, so I was definitely happy by it.
Scores off the giveaway. Beagle gets his first NHL goal.
Since about '08, they've been first place almost every year.
Division titles and 3 President's trophies as regular season champions gave rabid Caps fans plenty of reason to rock the red at sold-out home games in one of the league's loudest buildings. Despite its status as one of the best teams for over a decade, early playoff exits, most recently at the hands of the rival Pittsburgh Penguins, frustrated Washington.
Here in Game 7, they are shut out by the Pittsburgh Penguins, who will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
There was a real hurt in our room. I use the term stink in our room come training camp.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get...
I think there was a lot at the beginning of this season for the Caps to be able to get over.
Obviously, we lost probably about a third of our team.
Traded Marcus Johansson and lost Alzner to free agency, and Justin Williams left. There was a little bit of a, I guess you could call it a hangover, and unfortunately it wasn't what they so-call a Stanley Cup hangover. It was just something that we had to get through as a team.
There was some uncertainty there, but I think there was some excitement too. It definitely gave some of those same younger guys a better opportunity, some more hope that they could probably crack into the lineup.
We saw that there were some open spots, and we were just trying to be as prepared as we could and show up at camp and do our best and try and make the team.
You know, to have the trust and faith in the coaching staff, and just kind of ran with it.
Our young guys were ready to step in, and we kind of built ourselves around that.
They got thrown in the fire. They had to sink or swim.
It was just a matter of time for them to really fit into what we were doing and to also be comfortable and confident in playing at the NHL level.
Washington won its first 2 games in 2017-18.
In shoot scores! Alexander Ovechkin, hat trick!
As Alex Ovechkin became the first player in 100 years to score back-to-back hat tricks to open a season. Yet the Caps' success was fleeting as the team searched for an identity.
Quickly, Kucherov on a move on Chorley. He scores. Oh, my.
It took us a little bit to get going. We had a tough start, tough first couple months.
Rebound Simmons, he scores!
When they lost bad.
Tasty rebound, wrist shot scores. Giroux makes it 8.
October and November was not particularly fun to play goal for Washington. I think Braden Holtby and Philip Grubauer were facing more high-quality chances than they've ever faced.
And it's 4 straight wins for the Canucks, losses in 4 out of 5 for the Capitals.
We were on the road, lost in Nashville, and then went to Colorado and got beat badly.
We weren't even close to playing to our capabilities. Puck battles and races and one-on-one play, it was all junk.
I just don't feel good about this game tonight.
Barry had a heart-to-heart with the hockey team after the game,
where I said a lot of things that were truthful, a lot of things that I think were very pointed.
The overall message was this isn't working, whether it's on the coaching staff, whether it's on the players. It doesn't matter. We all need to be better.
We had to really look at ourselves in the mirror and see how we were going to have success, and it's not going to come as easy as the past.
And all of a sudden, they grasped what Trotz was trying to preach to them for 4 seasons, and they bought in. And as soon as a team buys in, success usually follows.
Dmitry Orlov off the post and in.
Nicholas Backstrom brings the curtain down. So Ovechkin shoots, he scores!
Everything really started to come together.
Johnny scores! Michael Kempney!
January, February, we kept getting better.
Meyer scores! Devontae Smith-Pelly.
We grew together as a team, and I think you need to have those moments during the year in order to make your group strong, and I think it did.
Grubauer, outstanding!
Down the stretch, in February and March, for sure, Grubauer was outplaying Braden.
That's always been our focus together. Whoever's in the net, see how we can win as many games as possible. And when I was having a bit of a tough go, he was working as hard as he can in practice too with me and encouraging each other and just pushing each other.
Behind the tandem of Holtby and Grubauer, Washington continued its push towards the playoffs in an unforgettable setting.
The Stadium Series was amazing, especially being an American.
The military aspect of the game was really cool. The flyover was awesome. Fans were into it. And we played just a heck of a hockey game.
Rebound, they score! Moving on in front, he scores! And so the Capitals will have sole possession of first in the Metropolitan.
Rebound, score! Alex Ovechkin overpowering at 600.
We have been privileged for 13 years to watch the best goal scorer of our generation.
Kuznetsov for the win, and he scores!
Washington soared down the stretch, capturing its 3rd straight division title and earning another opportunity to change history.
We are ready for the craziness of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The Caps' first-round opponent, the Columbus Blue Jackets, were one of the NHL's hottest teams entering the postseason. Goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky solidified their back end, but in Washington's net, questions remained.
Barry Trotz put sentiment aside and history aside and said, this is my hot hand in this moment. Philip Grubauer is going to start.
Not too often you go into the playoffs with your backup as your number one, and Vezina winning goaltender sitting back waiting.
And here we go. Game 1 underway here in Washington. Kuznetsov in the middle. Onto the left circle, a shot, they score!
Motors through center. Kuznetsov, beautiful head fake. Score!
Evgeny Kuznetsov got the Caps rolling, but Columbus overcame deficits of 2-0 and 3-2 to force overtime in Game 1.
Columbus is a good hockey team. They don't get enough recognition of how good they are.
They had big horses up front. They had guys that can crush you. They had guys that could rush you.
And the Columbus Blue Jackets have won Game 1.
They're a tough team to play against, and the Caps found that out pretty quick, that these guys are for real.
In Game 2, Washington again led 2-0, only to watch the lead slip to a deficit by the end of the second period.
And Aaron Holtz doesn't have a shooting lane down low. Here's Atkinson, he shoots, and he scores!
Werenski, screen develops, score! It's 3 in a row for the Jackets, and a 4-3 lead.
Philip Grubauer allowing 4 goals on 22 shots through 40 minutes. And Braden Holtby back between the pipes here.
Braden came in the 3rd period of Game 2. He started to find his game, and the saves that he made started to inspire confidence in the guys around him.
The switch energized the Caps.
Out of Backstrom, across, oh, she scores! 3:35 to go! It's 4-4!
But once again, Columbus got the bounce in overtime.
Werenski in front, shot, rebound, scores! And as Calvert wins it for Columbus, the Capitals are in an 0-2 hole heading to Ohio.
It's the way hockey is sometimes. You know, they were executing pretty well in those first two games with placing shots in perfect places.
I thought we played pretty good hockey, and you got reminded of how hard it is to win in the playoffs.
After the game, Ovechkin stands boldly, we're coming back here, there's going to be a game 5 and we're going to win.
They had played hard. They didn't get the bounces. And I just thought for the first time in all my years covering this team that this team is different. They are not going to succumb. They are not going to fold.
Washington trailing in the series and needing a victory on the board.
I remember game 3 being a do-or-die game for us.
Right point, it is instant, a shot, they score! Going across and a shot, they score. The shot from Pierre-Luc Dubois.
They had us on the ropes. They really did. So we had to battle hard.
Atkinson closes for Panarin. He scores! 60 minutes again for the third time in this series is not enough.
There's a moment in OT where the Capitals have to kill a Columbus power play.
I remember thinking, this could be it for this game. We have to kill this off. We got to find a way.
Jones on the cross and a chance for Atkinson just off the outside on the right goal post.
If they score there, it's 3-0, and there's still another game in Columbus. Series is over.
And this game requires a second overtime.
Their biggest period of the year right here. They need this.
It wasn't an easy game where you came back and won. It was double overtime. The next puck could end your series.
And a pass ahead to center. Smith-Pelly.
Me and Devo and Connolly get a 3-on-2. I see Devo pass the puck to Connell. I know he's going to shoot that puck, and he always does from there.
On to the left side, a shot from Connolly. Rebound, it's in! It's in! They score! The Capitals have won!
I think that was exactly the kind of goal that everybody expected.
Geller got a chunk of that. It's off his body and the defenseman's body.
I was just at the right place at the right time there.
Lars' goal gave us confidence, like, okay, they don't have a chance to beat us. Mentally, we was on top of it.
The Washington Capitals have hope swinging back in their favor.
At that point, I knew that we were winning that series, and we were down 2-1.
We stopped wondering if we were going to win, and we really just started putting the work into to winning every shift. We started getting success from that, and we never looked back.
Good night, Columbus. Washington has evened this best-of-7 series. They win 4-1.
For Alex Ovechkin to say with a declaration, we're going to go to Columbus and take them both, and then back it up, it was a sign, I think, to a lot of Capitals fans that, this spring might be different.
Game 5 here at Capital One Arena.
The stage is set. Cap fans red-clad and ready.
Caps down low, centering it up, they score! It deflects in past Bobrovsky.
A brutal break for Columbus, a terrific one for Washington.
In front, Atkinson rebounded a shot, and Holtby able to grab it out of midair. Holtby with the best save of the game.
The bounces that never seemed to go Washington's way started to go their way.
Blue Jackets can't clear. A shot, they score! Caps win! Washington is a win away! Woo! Yeah!
In Game 6, the Caps developed a killer instinct that may not have been previously there.
1, 3, 2,
The Washington Capitals, with a win tonight, they march on to round number 2.
They produced an offensive performance that showed the depth of their scoring ability.
Into the slot, Dimitriov! Rebound, score! Ovechkin times 2!
Great shot.
The Caps had the ability to close things out. They finished matters, and they put the hammer down on Columbus.
Hey, Simon!
Simple, boys! Simple!
They got contributions from all over the roster.
Oh my! DSP!
Chandler Stevenson, an enormous shorthanded goal.
Hook into the empty net, they score!
It's 4 straight victories for the Capitals, and they advance.
We were able to win 4 in a row, but man, it wasn't easy. They were a good team.
Great job. See you next year. There are so many heroes on this Washington team, it inspires you to believe.
We said we're going to play the right way. We did. You saw guys doing the right things, fully committed, extra efforts. That's how you win. We're going to Pittsburgh. This is going to be our year.
Pittsburgh coming into that series demands respect.
When you've beaten a team 9 out of 10 times in a playoff series in a span of 20, 25 years or so, I think there's certainly a little bit of swagger.
That's incredible to think about, one team lording over another in the playoffs like that.
That's on a pass in front, a shot, and they score! And it's over!
Something about them, first of all, they have an awesome team. You know, they don't win 2 cups in a row by accident. They have tremendous players on their team, but there was some sort of mental thing going on with us and losing to them.
They are shut out in Game 7. It is a different season. It is the same refrain. The Capitals again with a season that ends in heartbreak.
As much as people don't want to say, it is a mental battle. We kind of accepted that a little bit more than we had in the past. We faced it a little bit more this year, and we talked about that heartbreak.
Puck drops and Game 1 underway.
This was something mentally they had to do.
Kuznetsov scores! 17 seconds in!
The first 2 periods, I think we played really well, so it started to feel like, okay, maybe this is going to be a little bit different this year.
Alex coming to the left circle, a shot, he scores!
And then I think I had 3 shifts in a row where they scored. It happened so fast, and all of a sudden we're losing. That was a hard one to take. I think guys started to wonder a little bit, started to creep in.
3 goals in 4 minutes and 49 seconds.
We knew we were playing well, but those old feelings were coming around again.
Your fan base at that point, collectively sort of on the ledge, even though it's one game, because here we go again, right?
Losing the first game to Pittsburgh, we had kind of been there before.
Here we go, Game 2 here at Capital One Arena.
We felt like this year we'd studied for our test. We'd prepared for this situation probably more so than we had in the past.
Tip through to Kuznetsov, over to Ovechkin, scores!
We lost the first game, but we played well. We didn't play the 60-minute game. We played 55.
Good start again for the Capitals, and they're back on the attack. Another hit thrown by Wilson. Here's Kuznetsov. Wilson stopped by Murray. And that top line for the Capitals comes close again.
We're in the second round of playoffs, and there's no reason to dwell on past years. We refocused, and we knew if we just played our game and stayed in the moment, we'd have success.
What an effort this has been by the home team today. Shot steered away. Rebound, what a stop by Holtby off Gensel. A chance at the empty net. Scores! We're going to Pittsburgh all square, baby.
When you have belief in something and you're having success doing it, it's a lot easier to be confident, calm, patient.
They are loud. They are clad in black and gold. First home game of the series for Pittsburgh, and we are underway here in Game 3.
Another huge change for us was attacking the game more than we ever had. Our mentality was go out there and get the next one.
Pass and a drive. He scores! Scores!
2 goals on consecutive shots by the Penguins.
In front, they score! Gensel tries to step by. Crosby scores! What a play! It's a 3-2 Penguins lead with 3:33 to go in the second.
We got scored on, we just kept coming back, and if they scored and they had the momentum, we'd stay with it.
End to end they go past the halfway mark of the 3rd period.
We just kept plugging away, we kept playing, didn't let too much get to us.
This game's been an instant classic. These players on both teams have laid it out here.
We made it hard on them, and we put Pittsburgh maybe in a position they weren't comfortable with.
Puck stolen as Botta went down in a 2-on-1. Do they have anything left in the tank? Backstrom, he'll hold and now bring it across and a shot. They score! Alex Ovechkin!
Yes! Yes! And that takes care of game 3.
This is a different Capitals team. They could have melted down and they didn't. They hung together. They battled right to the end and they won the game fair and square.
That's probably when they started to say, you know what, we believe in here. We can do this. We can play against these guys and we can win.
The Capitals' emotional Game 3 victory came at a cost. Tom Wilson was suspended 3 games for an illegal hit. Without their top-line winger, Washington lost Game 4. With the series tied, the Capitals, now more than ever, had to turn the page on past disappointments.
It was kind of like a rallying call. Let's pick it up. Let's do this for Tom. They figured out a way to say, you know what, this isn't going to affect us either. It's just another hurdle.
The Caps held an early lead in Game 5, but costly mistakes created opportunities for a Pittsburgh response.
Second straight penalty on Ovechkin. They're playing with fire. The Penguins' power play was the best in the NHL in the regular season. Kessel to the circle, shoots, scores! Stopped by Holtby. He's on the scene. The score on the rebound. Jammed in by Hornquist. It's another power play goal, and the Penguins go up 3-2. The Caps had an awful second period, and we're going into the third period trailing, and they're on the verge of going down 3-2, and responded with one of their strongest periods of the entire postseason. There's a chance. Kuznetsov scores!
As the Capitals pushed toward an edge in the series, they were dealt another devastating blow.
I don't think we've seen Backstrom at all here. His last shift was midway through this period.
When you lose a star player, you can sulk and say, here we go again. I think in the years past, the Caps would have felt sorry for themselves. They didn't feel sorry for themselves this year. They said, yeah, we've got it in our locker room.
Barry Trotz having to shift things around here a little bit.
If you want to have success in the playoffs and win a championship, you're going to need guys to step up at certain points. And one thing is knowing that you can do it, but another thing is actually doing it in key moments.
Here comes Ovechkin. He looks to center. Bratta scores! Jacob Bratta, save of the day for Washington. Give an assist to Barry Trotz for putting Bratta on that line in the second period. It's paid off.
It just seemed like every night we had a different guy scoring and we had our bottom 6 guys helping out.
Eller through center with the empty net, and he scores!
Nicky gets hurt and I'm suspended, and you got guys stepping in the middle of the series and doing a job. I was extremely proud as a teammate watching those guys do battle.
Another terrific game in an outstanding series. Washington leading the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2 and looking to move on to the conference finals for the first time in nearly 20 years.
We had 3 of our, I would say, probably top 6 or 7 guys out playing the Penguins in their rink. We're using Nathan Walker, who's never played a playoff game, and Travis Boyd, who's played 2 NHL games.
Drop the puck, and here we go. Game 6 underway here at PPG Paints Arena. The Caps were only going to win that game probably one way that night.
Had to be defense first, not just saying it, but actually being committed to it.
If we get into a run and gun game with Pittsburgh, this thing's going to go 7. If you commit to defense, opportunistic only when you have an opportunity, then there's a window to get through.
Keep checking! Keep checking!
It's not unlike a heavyweight fight. What's this guy got? What am I going to be dealing with here for these 15 rounds?
Walker fed, and a shot, score! Chase on!
Probably the biggest goal in my career in the circumstances. Kind of gave everyone that's been here for a while a little bit of time to breathe and just relax and play our game.
Barry Trotz and his group have really drawn up a masterful plan, and they've really started it all in their own zone defensively, and it's carried over into the neutral zone.
Despite Washington's strong defensive play, the opportunistic Penguins would not fold easily.
Letang with a shot, they score!
After 60 minutes, the teams remained deadlocked, a narrative all too familiar for this rivalry.
Game 6 is going to overtime. 1-1 here in Pittsburgh.
Going to overtime, I think the confidence the group had was a lot different than the last couple of years.
It was your typical nail-biting Stanley Cup playoff overtime between Washington and Pittsburgh.
One strike away from a seventh game, or one strike away for the Caps from a meeting with Tampa Bay in the conference final.
Tag on the right wing to Crosby. A poke check away, and now the counter.
It is Ovechkin moving back. He gets it on to Kuznetsov.
Evgeny coming down the middle, a shot. He scores! Evgeny Kuznetsov wins it for Washington! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Pittsburgh!
I would really made it, it's a long time for us, long way.
Is this really happening? Is this real life?
The demons have been exorcised! Jacob Bratta!
Was a good example of what a team can do, what a real team can do when everybody's pulling on the rope. We're only halfway.
Sometimes moments just work, and that was one that you could just tell on the faces of the guys that have went through in the last couple of years here. Maybe sometimes you have to go through hardships to enjoy a moment even more.
We just move forward. We don't go home. We don't go to vacation. We're still fighting for cup.
Tonight, game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Capitals meeting the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tom Wilson back in the lineup, physicality, penalty killing.
We climbed that mental hurdle. We fought that battle, but we came right back in the next series ready to go.
A lot of people thought that emotionally and physically, we might be beat up. We might just have won our Stanley Cup by beating the Penguins. Tampa found a very resilient team.
Michael Kempny getting the shot through, they score! It's 1-0, Washington!
Drive, score! Ovechkin off the faceoff! And it's 2-0 Capitals!
The Capitals played fast, and they forced Tampa out of their game, chasing the game instead of dictating, where the game was going to go.
They're going right now, the Capitals, playing with a ton of confidence. They believe in the system they're playing, and it's working.
And the first game goes to the Washington Capitals.
When we're on the road, we play a little more simple game, and our record has shown this year in playoffs that we've been a successful road team.
When we got on the road to spend time preparing and doing things together, and you started to get a real taste that this could be something.
Let's make sure we're going the distance, okay? Let's make sure we're playing with pace, and we're playing freaking attitude here, okay?
And into the right corner, and a shot, they score! It's Wilson that comes up with it. 28 seconds in. Are you kidding me? It's 1-0 Washington.
With all the past failures and never winning the Stanley Cup here, we felt less pressure on the road, to be honest with you.
We're in good shape. We're in good shape.
Moving on is Alex Chason. Feeds the wing. Score! What a shot!
Oh my God! What a shot!
Devontae Smith-Pelly has tied the game at 2.
Must be the us against the world mentality.
Now, if you gotta go, go! Capitals pick it up with a fallen light. In front, they score! Lars Eller!
Doesn't stop us, boys!
Gotten there by Kuznetsov, around in front, they score! In the last couple of seconds of the period, it is Kuznetsov, and it is a 4-2 lead in favor of the Capitals.
Just kept things simple, and I think that's when we were playing our best, and we just kind of rolled from there.
The explosion of offense extended Washington's playoff road record to an impressive 7-1.
The Capitals are 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup final.
If our focus is on playing the right way, they have no chance to beat us, all right? A hell of an effort tonight by everybody.
This crowd, this city, have been waiting for this for 20 years. A home game in the third round, and the Caps trying tonight to go up 3-0.
John Cooper's team loves to play fast and then go to work with some of the game's best offensive talents. You're facing the likes of Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov.
All right, next goal. Lots of game left.
You knew that was going to be a very tough best-of-7.
Just score! It was point! Yeah! Thank God! Way to go, boys!
And And so the lead in the series for the Capitals has been sliced in half.
Game 4, we played well enough to win, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Score! Score! 3-2 Lightning!
We're going back to Tampa, all tied up. We got ourselves a series.
They went on a roll there against us.
Puck in! Score! 19 seconds in, it's 1-0 Lightning.
They were just playing a little free, and you never want to see that in an opponent.
Gotta help! Gotta help!
Shoots! Save by Holtby! It's in! It's in! It's Ryan Callahan! 3-0 Lightning! Shot is grabbed and held confidently by Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky was the difference in those 3 games. He was outstanding.
Shoots! Blocked! It's over! It is over! The Lightning win Game 5! What a performance by Andrei Vasilevsky!
And they have won their 3rd straight game in the series. Tampa Bay, 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final.
All of that renewed optimism here in Washington after beating Pittsburgh perhaps disintegrated a little bit over the last few days.
This truly one of the biggest games in franchise history.
Right from after that Game 5, we didn't change. We just still stayed confident and focused.
There was no panic. There was no change of culture in our room all of a sudden.
Our back's been against the wall here for a long time. Nobody expects us to be here. I think that belief in the back of their mind, like, we're a good team. We can do this.
Get on them, boys!
Instead of worrying if we were going to lose, we were just focused on executing.
In front, Oshie scores!
Every shift, there was energy. There was, finding a way to have an impact in the game.
Push out!
From Stevenson in front, a shot, they score! Devontae Smith-Kelly!
I haven't experienced energy in this building like this. These fans have elevated just like their team has.
The Capitals played football on skates that day in Game 6. One after another thunderous hit.
Worked to a T. They took away their forwards because of their brute strength.
That weakened Tampa. I think it took a lot of starch out of them.
A great commitment by our team. Our defense did a phenomenal job, and so a real team effort for us in Game 6.
And for sure, without question, our best game of the playoffs.
There will be a Game 7!
It sent them racing back to Tampa for a Game 7 with a really good frame of mind.
A gut check game. How much heart do you have? How much do you want it?
In the first period, we actually jumped on them.
The magic point comes from Alex Ovechkin.
Across to Ovechkin, he scores! Yes! 1 minute and 2 seconds into Game 7!
That deflated the crowd in Tampa, and it also elevated the confidence on the Caps bench. When your leader steps up right away, when the spotlight's shining its brightest, that game was won on that first shift.
Second period, they were all over us.
Back come the Lightning with it again.
Great shift here for Tampa.
Missed some opportunities.
Hedman a shot, and that rattled off the pipe.
Empty nets.
Tucked one around in front, across the net, mouth wide. What a chance there.
The Capitals looks like they're skating in quicksand. They can't get their momentum going here. They got to find their legs soon.
They had a lapse in the second period, and when they did, number 70 was ready to back them up.
We were so confident that when we did have breakdowns that he would bail us out, and he did that.
Stepping free is Point. Tries to step to the front, and a shot was shut off by Holtby.
I don't think I've ever seen him more focused.
My goodness. Bombs away here, but none in.
He just took all the angles away. It was like there was no net to shoot at.
While Braden Holtby stymied the Tampa offense, Andrei Burakovsky, a scratch in Game 5 of the series, capitalized on his opportunity.
I was missing some time when I came back.
I didn't feel comfortable with my game, and then I felt really good in Game 7.
Who's going to get that big shot on goal? Here's Burakovsky loose. He scores! Yes! The lead is 2 in Game 7.
Andre is the kind of guy that when he scores 1, he's more likely to score 2.
Andre coming down the middle. Go, go! A shot, he scores! Yeah! Andre Burakovsky does it again!
A statement game for him to get back in there and lift us up.
That was just an amazing moment, and just scoring 2 goals in a Game 7, that's something special for sure.
The first time in 2 decades, the Caps are headed to the big show.
Finally. Yes! Yes! Right in time. Oh, yes. Right in time. That's about time I woke up, huh?
The Washington Capitals are the Eastern Conference champions.
There was no question today we were going to win. We deserved to win this series. We did win this series. All right, and let's go to Vegas. All right.
It was different. It was strange being in that city to work. Everyone's on vacation there.
If you would have told me on opening night that, hey, you're going to be in the final and you're going to play Vegas, there's no way in the world that could have been possible.
The Western Conference champion Vegas Golden Knights had attained unimaginable heights during their first season. Cultivated by former Washington general manager George McPhee, Vegas shattered nearly every record for an expansion team.
They call them the misfits, they call them all these things, but these guys are NHL players. They had character number 1 and speed number 2. But did I think they'd have the success they did this year? Absolutely not.
A record-setting, spectacular first season.
And history's big in Vegas tonight.
They've made me look bad throughout the entire season. They're not going to be that good. They're not going to win the Pacific. LA will beat them. They won't get past Winnipeg.
The Vegas Golden Knights are headed to the Stanley Cup Final. We're taking her.
At every turn, they've proven themselves to be an outstanding team that's only going to get better.
No one believed in either of them. It's the underdog final. It's the Cinderella final with 2 slippers. They're both Hoosiers or Seabiscuit. They are Braveheart.
It's us, boys. Son. So much time. Come on, boys. Let's do this. 3, 2. Boys. Come on.
It was totally foreign to both teams.
Just like a nightclub, it was so loud in there. Everyone was cheering.
The music's extremely loud. You can't even hear your teammates speaking to you. And I think you definitely had to kind of stop and take it all in because it was, something that no one else had experienced before.
Body up!
They dropped the puck, and you had 2 teams that were, I'd say, had a lot of nervous energy. Were going at each other.
The first penalty of the game is coming up.
There was a lot of mistakes. There was guys running into each other.
All right, let's go to work. There we go.
It seemed like both teams just didn't really know how we were going to play the series.
Led onto the back, Colin Miller and drive. Score!
Let's get going, boys. Come on.
It really felt like almost like a pickup game.
Moving our legs real quick.
Hey, hey!
Obviously, there's a lot of intensity.
No! What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You wanna try? I didn't think so.
But it didn't have a lot of structure.
Go, go, go! Push up!
Point for Kempny. Shot deflected. Score! The Capitals tie it. Connolly crossing in front.
Good things happen when you fire the puck at the net.
Now as it rolls off of the right wall, it's Oshie behind the net, wrapping it around. In front of the backhand, they score! Nick Backstrom!
Fed one on out, and Smith a shot and getting a piece of that open. Rebound score! Coming right out in front to push it home that time was Carlson. And the horn sounds, and that takes care of the first. That was quite a period.
Keep playing, boys. When we're tired and they know we're gonna flip it out and change, I saw them going like this. They're just trying to go quick, so you gotta be smart.
It was fast. Man, the first game was really, really fast. Bouncing pucks everywhere, lots of goals, lots of hits.
Got it on the wing for England. Save, hold me, rebound. Oh, and a ricochet off the plate. And the score! It's Riley Smith breaking the tie.
We were off a bit. You know, it just made for sloppy hockey.
Come to the puck! Come to the puck and put it behind them!
Guys were probably working a little bit too hard.
Got by Theodore, now battling in behind the net. A pass to Oshie, his shot on goal.
Open yourself up for, you know, a game that neither of us had really taken part in.
Carlson jumps into the high slot, gets it in front, he scores!
That's it, White. Sent on back for Ovechkin and a shot, kicked back out, and a rebound, they score! Tom Wilson has broken the tie.
You didn't know what was going to happen. The lead changing every couple minutes.
Another try in front. That's the score! Tie game again!
It was the Wild West.
Theodore moving on with it now. Yes. Through one around. Score! No sack!
As a coach, it was one of those that you're starting to break out in hives.
Never before in the Stanley Cup final has there been this many lead changes in the course of a night. 4 of them.
But it was entertaining as hell.
Yep. Now headed to the benches. Holtby for the extra man. Ovechkin trying to slip it across his block there. Poked on out to center. No goes an empty net. Sweeping on in. Game 1 to the Vegas Golden Knights.
We got a taste of what we're going to have to do here, okay? All right, it's one game. All right? We're going to have to make sure that we take care of business, okay? We're okay. All right, we just got to get the next one.
One of those games that could have went either way, but we knew that wasn't our game. It was mostly circumstantial. We knew they were going to be better and just refocused and focused on game 2.
Tonight, game 2 of the Stanley Cup final between the Caps and the Vegas Golden Knights. The Capitals trailing in this series 1-0 after falling here 2 nights ago by a final score of 6-4.
Hey, let's just play quick, play our game, make plays, help each other.
Game 2 is underway.
From the outset, Washington attacked with an urgency and focus that wasn't there in Game 1.
The Caps getting out of their own zone quickly. They do with Backstrom down low. Oshie and a chance, and a backhander that goes wide.
But it was Vegas who, just as they had in every home game of the playoffs, opened the scoring.
Scores! James Neal has given the Golden Knights a 1-0 lead in Game 2.
We're good, boys. Go after him.
Down 1-0 midway through the period, the Caps hit back.
Tom Wilson with a huge hit on Ryan Carpenter right in front of the Capital bench.
But Vegas hit back harder.
Hey!
That's a clean hit. Hey, that's a clean hit. Just go to your bench, bud.
Evgeny is hurting. Oh boy, he's coming to the bench and he is wincing.
He is the leading point getter for this team in the playoffs.
Get on him, boys, get on him. Let's outwork him.
2:39 to go. They saw Win Burakovsky goes cross ice, Campbell with room. The puck for Ellery scores! With 2:33 to go in the first. 1-1 here at T-Mobile Arena. To start this second period, we see Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Wilson, which means Evgeny Kuznetsov, at least for the moment, is not available. That is a dagger for the Capitals.
Battle!
Early in the second, a Vegas penalty put the Caps power play unit without one of its most valuable contributors to the test.
An opportunity here to get a lead on the road in Vegas in Game 2.
Backstrom with the puck. Top of the right wing circle, out to Carlson. Now Backstrom. Backstrom looks, finds Eller across. Score! Ovechkin on the power play. The Capitals take a 2-1 lead.
As they had done all season when facing adversity, the Capitals responded in the second period, getting some help from the unlikeliest of places.
Backhanded out by Burakovsky for Eller.
I was carrying the puck through the neutral zone and tried to cut to the middle and looked around, and then I saw Brooksy coming behind me down the right side.
I was yelling pretty loud for the puck, and Lars held it so long, so I didn't think he was going to give it to me, but he made a really, really good play on it.
When we saw that go in and 44 was scoring, I was jumping up and down. There's no one else I don't think I'd rather see score.
Brooks Orpik, who has not scored a goal since February 26th, 2016.
He's the guy that we look up to, and he's doing things that aren't flashy that you need to do to win games. And to see him get that, that was obviously huge. That created a lot of energy through our team.
The Washington Capitals will go to the third period with a 3-2 lead and looking to even this series at a game apiece.
Win the period, boys. That's the mentality, okay? Let's push it north, okay? Real short shifts, okay? D-zone, okay? Come back to the house in between those dots, okay? Those layers. Let's keep going in the offensive zone. Let's get on pucks. You know, they're coming around the wall, those type of things. Let's bring it home, boys. Come on out.
2 minutes played here in the third. The home team is down by 1. They haven't lost a home game in the playoffs here for over a month. To the far wing, the Caps cannot clear. Nate Schmidt with a shot, save off the deflection. Holtby making the stop.
Back to the house!
Back for another shot by Schmidt, and that popped up hard. Played back to the corner. A penalty is coming up. It's going to be against the Capitals.
The Capitals were under siege to start the third as an aggressive Vegas onslaught forced Washington into an early two-man disadvantage.
The Golden Knights will now have a 5-on-3 for a minute 9.
The 5-on-3 was huge. The score was 3-2 at the time for us. They were coming.
Everyone is standing around here on this side of the ice.
When we had to kill the 5-on-3,
Marchessault with it again. Gave it on a cross. Hey! I ain't been here! Brooks!
the three guys that are left out there, they're doing everything they can.
Marchessault shot, foot off, rebound, and Holtby got that too off of Smith. First penalty is up, so it's a 5-on-4 for 45.
You know, the guys that were on the ice did a real good job in what we asked them to do. You know, had they scored, now it's 3-3, and who knows what happens.
Given across to Schmidt, drive by Theodore is held by Holtby through traffic.
We ended up killing it off. And then, obviously, you know, a little bit later on in the game was the save.
2:05 to go. Fleury at the edge of the crease, and now the hash marks as it's still back in. And center coast. Oh, it didn't go! It was tucked with a wide open net.
Initially, I thought, well, it's a tie game. I mean, as you're seeing it develop, you're like, there's no way he's stopping this thing.
What a save! The save of the series!
And even after he did, you're like, that didn't happen, did it?
Incredible stop by Braden Holtby.
Everybody on the bench was just like, wow, what?
You watch that play, it's something so special. The bench and all the teammates, I think everyone that was watching was just like in awe of what just happened.
You make different saves like that in practice. You know, it's pretty cool, the circumstances, and you know, one of those things you dream about as a kid.
In Washington, they'll be calling this the save.
I was in the locker room watching on TV, and the first in my mind, what came to my head is that's the Stanley Cup save for sure.
We needed that. Who knows where that series goes without with that moment right there.
Time winding down. That will do it. The Washington Capitals take game 2.
Thank you, Holt.
Braden, what's the feel like now going home with the split?
You know, this is a tough place to win in Vegas, and it's shown throughout the league, and to come away with a split is it's good. But now we move forward and focus on Game 3. We need to take advantage of our own rink, our own familiarity, and you know, this game's gone now. We got to focus on the present, on the next moment.
The Capitals have been in business since 1974, and for the first time in 20 years, they are hosting a game in the Stanley Cup Final.
Osh and I hopped on the train from close to our house, took it downtown trying to avoid all the traffic. People are out in the streets hooting and hollering, ready to go.
You saw the hunger from the DC fans, how much they wanted this one.
A game-time decision. Evgeny Kuznetsov returned to the lineup in Game 3.
Of course, you want to play. You You're not gonna feel any pain. You think you're healthy, you know. I don't think you have to force any player to play in a playoff.
Are you ready to go? Let's go!
That game 3 was the loudest I've ever heard, just solely a fan base in an arena.
All playoffs, the fans were crazy and loud, and that first time coming out and hearing them, that was an experience that I'll never forget.
We knew we had to have a good start and give them something to kind of cheer about.
Sometimes you fall into the crowd and you want to try to put on a show, but for Washington to have success, they have to check, and check well.
Led by their captain, the Capitals played desperate at both ends of the rink.
Now by Kuznetsov, moving up with Ovechkin, got it to him! Oh, and a remarkable save is made by Fleury.
Vegas out in front, Nate Schmidt, a one-timer, down to block it, Alex Ovechkin. Alex doing it all here tonight in the first period.
He's putting foot, leg, face, whatever in front of it to keep the puck out.
Alexander Ovechkin, the entire playoffs, been a shot-blocking machine.
When you see our captain to score goals and then block a shot, it gives you lots of energy, and it was great for the group.
Everybody was hitting, everybody was blocking the shots, everybody was on the same page.
It was a group understanding that if you're out there, if you're in the lane, you're trying to block it. The next layer is trying to box out the guys in front.
It's not comfortable, it hurts a lot, and every time you get hit, so you gotta have a strong mentality to go in front of a shot.
It'll block! If a guy wasn't willing to pay the price, there was a set of eyeballs on each side of him on the bench going, you should have had that one and you will have the next one.
4:10 have passed here in period number 1 of game number 3. No score.
Move it north! Move it north! And will be ridden into the right wing corner. Shakes off Theodore. Now Chandler into the right circle. A shot. He scores! The shot. No, they wash it out.
Goaltender interference here. Maybe that's what they're going to call. Devontae Smith-Pelly coming in. Oh, yeah. That's not going to count right there.
Hey, good. You got a penalty, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we haven't had a scoreless first period until now in this series.
We're getting all our chances basically off the forecheck. So let's commit to that game. Step, push! Let's win our battles. Keep your feet moving, okay? Checking with our feet. Let's win the period, boys. Up our intensity, boys!
Carlson started on to Kuznetsov. Deep slot, threw one in front, directed right on goal, and a stop by Fleury. And then a 360 paw to the way, and then another shot off the break. And another shot again. Rebound, score! It's Ovechkin with the first goal of the game!
It was a big moment for us. We crushed the net, we fight for the puck, and goal was huge.
The 14th goal of these playoffs for Ovechkin, and that is a franchise-tying number.
Later in the period, Evgeny Kuznetsov showed no signs of setback from injury.
Guzzi along the right circle, a shot, he scores! He gives him the pterodactyl, it's 2-0, Washington!
Skate right, shoot left, great defense leads the offense.
He's flying high, giving his team a 2-goal cushion.
As we've seen through this series, throngs of people just to watch on a big screen. Everywhere you look, they are standing. They are cheering and screaming.
In the third period, a rare Washington gaffe gave the Golden Knights life.
It is Holtby giving it up. Score! What a giveaway! And so, Nosek has made this 2-1.
Come on now, White, let's go!
Determined to deny the Golden Knights any momentum, Washington focused on playing punishing defense.
It's going to pay off. Keep beating on them, keep being physical.
Ryan Reeves gets hit and dumped by Matt Niskanen. What a hit! Theodore turning it over to Beagle in front. Smith-Pelly scores!
All the timely goals out of the entire playoff that Devontae Smith-Pelly has scored. And now here in the Stanley Cup final.
When Devo scored that goal, I don't think I've ever heard a building that loud.
And that's it! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Vegas. Washington is 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup. They defeat the Knights 3-1 here at Capital One Arena.
This is the first real sports team that my sons actually want to watch on TV. Yeah, I love their personality. His favorite player is Oshie, and I, of course, love Wilson. This team making it to the finals for DC is huge. Everyone's heard the DC sports curse, so hopefully that broke it for all the teams.
The team's gone through so much, in their existence. The fans had to go through a lot of ups and downs. It would be very special for the team to win. It would be really special. I think they have a good chance.
There's things that they do that have given us some difficulties, and we've adjusted, and I think we're starting to find our game as the series goes on, and that's happened every series, so I'm hoping that'll be the case, and see if we can be better as a team. We can be a lot better.
Welcome to the Stanley Cup Final. Tonight, Game 4 of the best of 7. The Washington Capitals with a 2-1 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. The Caps 2 wins away for their first ever Stanley Cup.
Capital One Arena of Vegas. Washington coach Barry Trotz said, Game 4 will be Vegas's best game. And if it's not our best game, this is 2-2 at the end of the night. Game 4 has begun.
Over our legs, good sticks.
We knew that the first 10 minutes, that team comes with a vengeance and a flurry, and if you can sustain their quick start, then you put yourself in a chance to have success.
Side of the net deal. Oh, he hit the post with the shot.
They're out shooting us pretty bad. Trying to cover one guy and then take away the pass. I fall over. Laying down, maybe my foot's in the way, but he's still got a lot of net. I throw my stick at him. It's just one of those lucky breaks where he missed. We got a lucky one.
Go! Here comes Eller right back. Gets away from one, but not all of it is tripped up. There'll be a penalty coming up on the play, and then Miller is shoved down by Burakovsky.
Power play. Real good job by your guys. You want to keep the power play. Just make sure no one goes and punches. You guys got to be smart, okay?
Power play is on.
Especially in the playoffs. If you don't score in the power play, it can take a little piece of you.
Our power play was great throughout the playoffs, especially in Game 4.
And it's fed to Kuznetsov, save, rebound, score!
But if we do score, you keep maintaining momentum.
TJ Oshie, Johnny on the spot, from his skate to his stick to the back of the net.
Our bench got energized, and their bench is a little bit demoralized. So we tried to stay on it, and that's what we did.
Push it north, boys!
Here is Kuznetsov, beating one to Wilson, he scores!
Send it, boys!
Smith-Pelly played it further. Theodore saw Ovechkin get it back, and here's Niskanen with a shot. He scored! It is in front of Smith-Pelly!
Hard to believe that the Caps have a 3-0 lead after the start for Vegas. The one opportunity on the power play. Next thing you know, they're up by 3.
Set the tone again. Keep pushing.
In the second period, the Caps' power play had another opportunity.
Taken on by Oshie, knocks down Eakin, across now for a drive. Yeah! Score! It is Carlson! 4-0 in favor of the Capitals.
Vegas scored twice in the third. But in the final minutes, Washington sealed the victory with its third power play goal.
Final score in the game, the Capitals 6, the Golden Knights 2, and there will be a 5th game back in Vegas. And a chance for the Capitals, with the cup present, to win it for the very first time in 44 years.
This city had been the long time since a professional team has won a championship.
Smart on anything.
We're going to need the next level to take these guys down, okay? And we're going to do it right in Vegas, boys, all right?
Might have taken me 3 hours to go to sleep that night just to realize how close we were to winning the cup.
Yeah, it was a lot of
in myself and was a lot of things going on in my brain.
You have 2 days in between that game, so you have a lot of time thinking about that you're one win away from winning the coolest trophy ever.
Dave, I'm Rachel, 22 seasons.
Stevie Eiserman, first 14. Ray Bork, 21.
Try to stress to the younger guys, all these superstars that had never won it in this league, and then we just said, hey, like, you guys might play 15, 20 more years in this league, you might never get back here, so make the most of your opportunity.
Flew all the way here, so why would we not do this right
Yeah, why not?
For sure.
Why not?
The Capitals made sure that anybody who's had anything to do with them got a chance to come here for this game, so a charter aircraft with an extra 200 people came to Vegas, so they're well represented.
Let's go! Work for each other, boys, huh?
You could tell there was a little bit of tension. They were ready. They were just nervous.
Hey, one thing I want you to do, okay?
I started walking out of the door and I stopped and I said, hey,
Take a look at the guy next to you. Make him smile for a second, all right? Let's have some fun.
and I think they all thought I was crazy, but I wanted them to enjoy the moment. I said, just enjoy this.
Tonight, Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final as the Caps leading 3-1.
The gamesmanship before the actual big game. Alexander Ovechkin tried to agitate Marc-Andre Fleury. Now watch this. Fleury, that's no love tap. I mean, he's trying to send a message as well.
All right, just a couple things. Let's get them deep. Let's establish that forecheck. Get them below the goal line. F1, ultra aggressive. Win our battles, win our races. All right, let's push these guys out shift by shift. Okay, we are starting.
When you're in a clinching position, I can't tell you how it's going to go. It's sport. I can tell you this, you don't want to leave this rink tonight without your best effort, because you're going to get the best effort from the Vegas Golden Knights.
Tonight, we must defend the fortress, for the Capitals are here.
Vegas Golden Knights face elimination for the first time in these playoffs.
31 teams in the league. Only 2 remain.
Move it! Go, push it! Push it north! Get our forecheck game going, boys!
A lot of collisions already. Head back across for a shot. Oh, and getting a piece of that was the netminder Holtby. A wonderful pace to this game. Backstrom able to chug further and fed one to Oshie. Circles around, threw one around in front that couldn't be knocked out of the air by Vrana. 7:50 gone. The shots are 3 apiece. Connolly around behind, still trying to shake the checking of Spiza. And we get a stoppage of play and a penalty, and the vaunted Washington power play will get the first opportunity. Backstrom then to Carlson. Ovechkin hit the post with the shot! And that's it for 1. It has had a lot of fire, but no scoring.
Second period, okay? Make sure we got really good line change. Let's have our shift length real short. Let's make sure we're fresh. We're on our toes, okay? As you see, they're trying to put pucks at the net. They're trying to win those little races. We're not having that, all right?
The whole game, you have doubt, you have a whole bunch of emotion.
Second period, scoreless after 1.
It's tough to stay focused, but I think as a team, we just got hungrier and hungrier as the game went on.
It's the pro game. Body contact allowed. Checked off by Wilson, given on over to England, moving on in, and he got the glass with the shot. Here's Vrana moving up the wing.
I just looked up and he's, one of the best skaters around the league, and I passed it to him and he went down and went top shelf.
Vrana shot, he scores!
Getting that first goal, it keeps you focused, it keeps you driving forward.
You got the hot stick, now it's selfish if you don't shoot.
First period was mostly a territory battle, and then in the second period, things started to open up. We struck first, but then they bounced back.
Marchessault trying to dodge Niskanen. It's given back on now to Schmidt. Schmidt a shot. He scores!
That looks like it goes off Niskanen's skate, not Marchessault's. That'll be a good goal.
Through the playoff, through every game, it's just the emotional roller coaster. You ride, you can't be too high, you can't get too low. The next minute, it's gonna change, and you gotta be focused on either keeping it or getting back on top.
Ovechkin carrying back in, and while falling, Ovechkin's shot was stopped by Fleury, and there'll be a penalty for tripping.
Go in the box, you got a penalty! Tripping, get in the box now! You keep giving this power play an opportunity, they're gonna make you pay.
Backstrom with it. Backstrom just holding. Ovechkin scores! It is Smith-Pelly trying to clear once, and it failed. Eakin gave it across. Miller with a shot, guided on goal, score!
Tatar is able to redirect.
There's a discussion of a challenge.
We're going to challenge it if he doesn't make an effort to get out of the blue.
We think this is a battle. We think he gets twisted because of Juice's actions. We got a good goal.
We have a goal.
Second period, 2-2.
Back and forth we go.
Now taken by Neal. Led back to the back. Theodore a shot. Save made. Rebound tuck. Fed it across. Score! It's Smith!
Hey! Cross-checks our guy. Yeah.
We were a little let down that we let them back in the game like that.
The Golden Knights have broken the tie, and now for the first time of the night have the lead.
Not a great feeling being down 3-2 heading into third, but we played pretty well leading up to that point.
We were a little upset for a couple minutes once we got in the locker room, but right away, guys were encouraging each other. Guys were picking each other up, and we had a very direct focus that we were going to win this game. We were going to win Game 5.
Come on, boys.
Couple good shifts here, boys.
Biggest swing, boys, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, got to win a period here, okay? And you're going to have to rely on the guy next to you, okay? You don't have to do it yourself. We go after him, okay? They're going to get tight, too. Hey, no one said it was going to be easy. Let's do it the right way. We've done it all year like that, all right? Let's get it done. Here we go.
35 pounds, 3 feet tall. The only trophy in pro sports that has the names of winning players engraved letter by letter. 43 seasons, no championships. Maybe it changes later tonight. Maybe. Third period about to start. 16,691 watching at Capital One Arena in D.C. There are people watching in the middle of the night over in Denmark because Lars Eller is trying to become the first native of Denmark to win the Stanley Cup.
When the third period starts, we told ourselves just, we're gonna leave everything we have out there now. We don't save anything.
Eller got it across. Ovechkin to Eller. Fought off there by Fleury.
Our mentality was that we could put more pressure on them than they could on us.
Stick on the white.
We got it. We got it.
And you could just tell that everybody felt the same thing. Just that belief that we were going to get the next one. Their winger got a piece of it. I wasn't quite sure if it was still onside or not because it was kind of bouncing a little bit. I just threw it towards the net, and then, yeah, Devo, with his soccer ability, made an awesome play.
Round in front, Smith-Pelly scores! Devontae Smith-Pelly has tied the game!
Brooks Orpik is able to keep the play alive, and it's all tied up.
That goal he scored, I feel like, oh man, we can finish that thing over here, you know? We don't have to go back.
Momentum. When you have the momentum, what do you do with it?
Here we go, boys! Next level, quicker!
At that point in the game, we were all pretty exhausted, and that's when the little mistakes start to happen. That's when you have to be ready to pounce.
Under 8 minutes to go. Kempney able to pop it back in.
We get the puck deep in their zone. We managed to force a bit of a mistake.
Lucas Pisa to take that, and he gave it up there.
He missed the puck, so I picked it up. I saw Connolly in the middle, wide open.
I know Connolly likes to shoot in between the legs from that position, so I might try to get in there for the rebound.
I knew Fleury wasn't comfortable with it because he was looking around, and then I saw Lars. I saw his eyes light up like a Christmas tree.
Fed back on for Connolly, save, rebound, score! my goodness! What a turn of events!
Being down 10 minutes earlier, 3-2, to now being up 3-4, it's almost too good to be true.
We just knew after we scored that one that the game was over. We just had to finish it off.
5:42 to go in the third.
I think we all had the feeling like we're going to do this. Guys were so committed to doing every little thing possible to make sure the puck gets out. At that point, it's prison rules.
Now taken to the outside and led onto the back. It's given across. Miller and drive. Save made by Holtby. He's able to cover up and get the whistle. 3:51 to go.
There was just no way we were going to lose that. We all had that feeling, but that clock was moving pretty slow.
Everyone standing in the arena. Again, a face-off win by the Capitals. The net is empty. Carried on by Backstrom. He wide with the shot.
I was praying to God, to all of my families who passed away, to help us out to win it.
Eller able to lift one back down the ice, and it is wide. 0.6 of a second. It will be the face-off of the year.
Got to try to shoot it towards the net.
The Capitals have won it. The capital of the country is the capital of the hockey playoffs.
Finally! Yeah!
Hey, after me, I give it to you, baby.
Okay, yeah.
Go, baby.
Okay, let's do it.
Good job, buddy. You did great. Well, thank you, and you too. We got a couple breaks against you guys. Good job. Congrats, buddy.
You deserve this more than ever, okay?
Oh, no.
Hey? Somehow we're grinding it out.
Capitals, you've had years of frustration, but here is the grandest celebration. You get to hoist the Stanley Cup. Alex Ovechkin, it's your honor. Come on up.
It's why you play hockey. Of course you do it for yourself, but you do it for friends, your family, your friends, and your teammates. That's why you want to win Stanley Cup, to see how they are happy, how they give all the emotions. It means everything. It's been a long year, a lot of ups and downs and battles, and then suddenly you're standing there as champs. You got goosebumps for sure.
We've been waiting for this for a long time. It's really hard to describe the feeling. It's just everything at once. Relief, happiness. It's just the greatest feeling ever.
What a proud moment. Before the year 2000, he took ownership of this team. And he has to thank Ted Leonsis that he had hopes then of a celebration like this for his city.
We did it on 3. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Come to Papa! Yeah!
I wasn't crying, I just had something in both my eyes. I tried to scream, but my voice was already gone. Other than my kid being born, that was the coolest moment of my life, because you think about that from the time you're 7 or 8 years old.
Just surreal. It was something that you dream about, something you've worked so hard for. There's so many people along the way that deserve the credit for, making us the players we are.
I was reminded of all the hard work, 25 plus years that I've put into my game, my family's sacrifices to get me to the rink when I was younger.
My father's here. He's diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and what a great human being, what a great man, what a great father. A lot of the character I get, a lot of the stuff I try to bring to this team I get from him. Some things slip his memory these days. But this one, I think this one's gonna be seared in there. I don't think any disease is gonna take this one away from him.
Oh my God!
We did it. We did it. We did it.
I love you, man.
I love you. We did it. So proud. You're not gonna forget this one, hey?
Together.
Yeah.
We stuck together.
Yeah, we did.
Love you, son.
I love you, Coach.
can't see you, but I love every one of you guys. I can't tell you how much it means to me to see you guys as champions. And the other thing, there's no practice tomorrow. There's no one left to beat, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, en masse, welcome to the stage, your 2018 Stanley Cup champion, Washington
I am so proud of the love and respect that our community has shown each other and our franchise. We put the unity in the community. We have the greatest fans in the world, and now we have the greatest hockey team in the world.
The great thing that I want to share with you is what we are. We're very diverse. We've got Americans, we've got Canadians, we've got Swedes, we've got Danes, we got Russians, we got Czechs. We got great people. And it sounds just like DC and the community of DC.
There's been a lot of chants. There's been Let's Go Caps. There's been We Want the Cup. We've heard in the streets, we got the cup. We got a new one for you tonight. Back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back.
It takes every single piece that you've seen and the guys that you haven't seen. And I love these guys. We're all family now forever. Everybody says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we brought the cup home!
I'm gonna keep this real short because frankly, I really want to get to Ovi's speech. So, you guys are yelling thank you to us. I want to say thank you to you guys because every time I drive on Constitution for the rest of my life, I'm gonna remember this day and how amazing it was, and it's all because of you guys.
What's up, babes? Look at these people who's here. You know, like, you thought it's gonna be crazy, but it's basically nuts. You know, like, you guys killing it. We want to say thanks for our families and for you guys. Thank you very much, babes. And the one and last thing, we're the Stanley Cup champions!